Hey guys, OG Albina here, bringing you guys my APA Little Cup Wi-Fi Week 2 battle against Odds in his Memphis Stuffle. So yeah, if you guys do enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe just so you can get our battles as they go up each week. But yeah, with that being said, let's just jump right into the team preview. This week, like I said, we go up against Odds. Really cool dude. He actually made both of our layouts, not the ones that we're using for Little Cup, the ones that we're going to provide for us, but the ones we use in our other leagues and stuff like that, for both the War Turtles and the Miami Mints. Huge shots at him, very, very talented GFX artist, very good, just Mons player in general. So if you haven't checked him out, be sure to go check out his side of the battle, and just his channel in general. But yeah, team matchup wise, our team, if you didn't forget, consists of the Abra, Scraggy, Honedge, Seal, Swina, Bonsly, Magby, Flabebe, Teddy Ursa, and P-Dove, while our opponent's team consists of the Snivy, Mankey, Solosis, Fennekin, Pineco, Feebas, Marini, Joltik, Cubone, and Scrubby. So right off the bat, I will say this, right? I'm one of the guys who kind of just complain to minds about matchup a lot, but I will say we have a phenomenal matchup this week. We have a lot of mons on our team that he just can't deal with defensively at all. And if we can position ourselves well, which is what Little Cup is, honestly, in my opinion, it's just positioning yourself correctly, and putting yourself in an advantageous situation where your offense can kind of just go in. If we can do so, I don't see a way that we can really lose this game. No disrespect to Odds, I just feel our matchup is really that good. But yeah, with that being said, let's jump into our first member, which is going to be our Honedge here. Eviolite, Shadow Sneak, Shadow Claw, Swords Dance, and Autotomize, 156 HP, 116 attack, 116 defense, 60 SpDef, and 52 speed with an Impish nature. So this is going to be our Mankey check. We're never 2-hit KO. Well, not never. He needs an absolute max roll to 2-hit KO with Earthquake, like an absolute max. It's like 0.4% chance to 2-hit KO. So I believe it's pretty much impossible. We have Shadow Sneak and Shadow Claw. His whole team, nothing on his team really resists ghosts, so I didn't feel the need for like Iron Hand or anything like that. His Swords Dance in case we want to get up an SD and priority through his team. Autotomize if we want to outspeed everything on his team, because barring Scarfers after an Autotomize, we can actually outspeed everything, which is great. So yeah, that's going to be our Honedge this week. Very good check to Mankey and things like that. Next up, we have our Abra, rocking out with the Life Orb, Magic Guard, Ability, Psychic, Signal Beam, Substitute, Calm Mind. So Abra is phenomenal this week. His team does not deal with Abra at all. He has no Dark type, so Psychic is super spammable. His only Psychic resist is going to be the Solosis, which we can obliterate with Psychic and Signal Beam, unless he's like predicts and goes Tanga. The reason I went Signal Beam over Shadow Ball is because it also hits the Snivy super effectively. I figure having that coverage is great. Substitute in case we can catch a switch and we want to be behind a sub, in case he brings in a Scarfer to try and prevent us. Calm Mind is because after a Calm Mind, and there's no Scarfers, or we eliminate the Scarfers, we kind of just win. There's not much that you can do about it, nothing that you can really stop it. Abra is amazing in this game. And we're actually able to outspeed the entirety of his team with a modest nature, which makes it even more scary for some. So yeah, it's going to be Abra. Next up, we have our Magby, rocking out with the Berry Juice, Flame Body, Fire Punch, Flame Charge, Thunder Punch, and the Belly Jump, 76 HP, 156 attack, and 252 speed with an Adamant nature. So we're rocking out with a Belly Jump Magby this week, which is another mon that absolutely roasts through his team. If we can position this rightly, it's a little bit harder to position than the Abra, but if we can get this in on the right thing instead of a Belly Jump, it goes in. Like I said with Abra, we only need to hit 18 speed to outspeed this entire team, which again is amazing. The Adamant nature pretty much means we can knock out anything on his team at +6. Thunder Punches for his water types. Flame Charges to get up to +1 speed, so we can outspeed all of his Scarfers. And Fire Punches just to nuke things if we really need to. In case like Flame Charge +6, Flame Charge doesn't hit anything else. I considered Mach Punch, but I didn't really need it for too much on his team. Look and make sure I'm not just saying something completely wrong. Yeah, nothing on his team really is scared of fighting. Types are really doesn't want to take a Mach Punch, and like I said, we outspeed everything anyway, so I didn't see the need for it. So I just went with the dual fire stabs. But yeah, it's gonna be Magby. Next up, we have our Swine Up, rocking out with the Ground EMZ, Thick Fat Ability, Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Ice Shard, and Icicle Spear. 116 HP, 196 attack, and 196 speed with a Jolly Nature. Ground EMZ is kind of just a noob versus his team. The only thing that can really come in and take it is going to be the Snivy, which definitely doesn't want to take an Icicle Spear and Ice Shard, so it's not necessarily a great switch into this. Otherwise, he kind of just sacks to it. The Ground EMZ is just great versus team. This gives us a good Stealth Rocker. We can force some switches, or we can get up a nice last-ditch Stealth Rock against some of his slower threats. This is a good way of revenging things like Cubone, stuff like that. So yeah, Swine Up just doing what it does. Dual stabs are absolutely great in the tier, despite its mediocre attack stat. It's really great offensively in this matchup. Next up, we have our Scraggy, rocking out with Chopper Berry and the Moxie ability. Dragon Dance, Drain Punch to knock off Facade, 200 attack, 36 defense, 36 SPDF, and 212 speed with a Jolly Nature. So this is going to be our Solosis switch in. Trigger of Solosis can be pretty scary versus our team, but thankfully it doesn't get Dazzling Gleam, and HP Fairy isn't a thing. It doesn't really have coverage to hit Scraggy in all honesty other than Hidden Powers. So having this to go in and knock it off is, great for us. It has Chopper Berry to lure the Mankey potentially, and this is honestly another great win con versus his team. We can get up a couple Dragon Dances. His team doesn't really have much for it. Just Scraggy's natural bulk really shines through in this game. We have Facade on this thing as our fourth move, just in case he wants to use his Marina to try and take this, but he doesn't have something like, say, the Haze. We can set it +6 and just spam Facade versus his team as well, because unless I'm tripping, I don't think he has a Ghost type either. No, he doesn't. So I can just kind of go for Facade, and he also doesn't have a Steel type. Wow, yeah, he's missing a couple typings on this team. So yeah, Scraggy, another great mod in this matchup. And then lastly, we have our Flabébé rocking out with the Eviolite, Flower Availability, Wish Protect, and Blast Psychic, 164 HP, 204 defense, and 124 SPDF with a Bold Nature. This serves as another Mankey check, for if it wants to quick close combat. It's a decent Cubone check as well. Wish up things like the Hone Edge, or the Scraggy, potentially. I don't see us really passing much to the other two because they're pretty frail. And, to keep itself healthy, we also have Psychic to hit the Marini if we really need to, and maybe pick it off after a little bit of chip. But yeah, with that being said, let's jump right into the battle. Alright guys, here we are with the battle. So looking at the team that Odds elected to bring, looks like he went with the Mankey, Solosis, Fennekin, Cubone, Snivy, and why am I forgetting his name? Feebas. Quick, just realized as I was setting this up, I actually forgot to do the sprites for the team builder, so my apologies. I'm not going to go back and record it. Breaking the fourth wall a bit here. I'm recording this like 1:30 a.m. I got a busy week, so I need to get all my recordings done out of the way, and this is the last one on the list, so unfortunately I kind of just oversighted that. But back to the game. I noticed the Feebas, and I wasn't necessarily scared of it because it's like a busted mod or anything like that. I'm scared of it because I didn't prep for it, and I don't know what it does. So there's no really suggested sets in Smogon. Like I said, I'm not the most knowledgeable Little Cup player of all time. I don't play too much of it other than, my league games for it. And I've landed a few times for it, but I've definitely never seen a Feebas, and most people in Smogon hasn't either, so I'm a bit scared of what that thing can do versus me. It's very fast, that. It's not very strong, but it's very, very, very fast. So it could potentially, catch me off guard with a pretty cool set or something like that. I'm thinking maybe like a Z set or something like that, just to catch me off guard. But yeah, with that being said, I am going to lead off with my Scraggy. I expect maybe like a Scarf Mankey lead or something like that, to potentially scare out my Scraggy. Other than that, my Scraggy matches up really well versus everything on his team. Nothing can OHKO it. Besides Fennekin maybe getting Dazzling Gleam, I think it gets Dazzling Gleam. But yeah, everything else is pretty threatened by it. So I do want to lead off with that and just kind of see where we can go from there. As we do jump into the game, hopefully picking up our second win in a row, moving up to 2-0 this week. As we're going to see that we send out our Scraggy, as he elects to send out the Mankey like we did think he was going to do. Now right here, expecting to maybe go for the close combat or something like that, I am going to go just for the Drain Punch. As he goes for a U-turn right here, maybe kind of bluffing that he is showing us that he might be Scarf, might not be, that kind of thing. As he ends up going out into his Cubone, as we throw a nice Drain Punch right here, and we will see right here that this does not very much. Actually, based on those calcs, it tells us that he's Eviolite Cubone, which is great because it doesn't hit half as hard without that thick club. As right here, I'm just going to go for the knockoff and knock off the Eviolite and do a good chunk to it. And right here, he's going to let us set up a Stealth Rock. And now that I know for a fact he's not a thick club, and I've knocked off his Eviolite, I'm going to set up a Dragon Dance. This thing can't, I don't even think it can 2-hit KO me from this range, so I'm going to just pretty safely set up that Dragon Dance, like I said, get it to +1/+1, as he lets go for the knockoff and knocks off for a Chople, which just sucked, but that does literally 1 damage, and we can set up another Dragon Dance right here, which is great. We get up to +2/+2, and this game honestly kind of looks over. Being that we're +2/+2, he's going to go for Stealth Rock, so I assume that was probably a misclick because there was no reason to, unless he just forgot that he said Stealth Rock. Doesn't want to get greedy, and I'm going to go for a third Dragon Dance. Honestly, in hindsight, kind of just forgetting that I had Moxie. I'm like, oh, I need +3 to guaranteed OHKO certain things. As right here, he goes for the Earthquake. And, you know, brings us down pretty low, down to 4 HP. But again, we should outspeed absolutely everything at this point, so not a big deal. As I do just go for a Drain Punch, and we are able to knock out this Cubone with our Scraggy, which is great, because this thing was potentially really scary. It was a more defensive set, which I definitely didn't expect, but we'll take it. As we do get our Moxie, and we're up to +4/+3 at this point, which is terrifying for his team, as he goes into his Mankey. And right here, I am just going to throw off another Drain Punch, knowing like, hey, I'm +4, I should knock this thing out. This game should be over at this point. So right here, we're going to see that he's actually Focus Sash. And he holds on with 1, and he actually gets off a close combat right here, and he's able to knock out our Scraggy, which sucks. It was a really cool play on his part. Actually, him bluffing Scarf, especially turn 1, was a very good play on his end. I definitely didn't expect it. It was super cool prep on his part. So down goes our Scraggy. Unfortunately, our turn 1 sweep does not turn out as planned. As right here, I am just going to choose to go into my Honage to revenge this thing, as I know I can definitely knock it out with a Shadow Sneak right here. So that is what we're going to go for. We're going to knock out the Magby right here. There wasn't really much point of him saving it. I suppose he could have, but with our Honage in, I'm assuming he didn't want to let it set up for free. It's right here. He's going to go into his Fennekin, as I'm going to just choose to go for a Shadow Sneak and get some chip off. This thing's purpose is to be here for the Magby, and the Mankey's gone. So right here, he's going to go for the Overheat, and he's going to knock us out, and down goes our Honage. But this actually gives me a great switch in, a free switch in basically into my Magby, and I can get off a free Belly Drum at this point, as I likely will outspeed this thing on the Scarf, and even if it's not, it doesn't do very much damage to me at -2. We do have a little bit of HP investment. Because right here, he's going to pull the switch out into his Feebas. As right here, I do go for the Belly Drum, and this is going to put us in range of our Berry Juice, obviously, and we are able to get back up to completely full right here, and, you know, get all the way back up right here. As I am going to elect to just go for a Thunder Punch this turn, and actually outspeeding and knocking out this Feebas, which is great. And down this goes. It didn't have like Wakan, it wasn't Sash or anything like that, so that's great. And out comes the Fennekin once again. As I believe right here, I just go for another Thunder Punch. As he goes for the Psychic, revealing that he was a Scarf Fennekin. But we're going to see, even with a crit, it doesn't do enough to knock us out, and we are able to knock out the Fennekin with a Thunder Punch. And this is looking like pretty much a GG, unless he's packing another Scarfer in the back, or if he's Sash Solosis, but I don't know why he wouldn't just go into that in the first place, as he does go into the Snivy, and I'm just going to Flame Charge. Just to kind of show off the moveset a little bit, as we do always knock out even if you roll like Snivy with a +6 Flame Charge, and down it goes, showing us that he was not Scarf, and he goes into the Solosis right here. But being that he didn't go into it earlier, I'm assuming he was not Focus Sash. He might have been Evigo Light, he might have been a Life Orb, something like that, as we are just going to go for the Fire Punch, showing off the full arsenal, as we are able to knock out this Solosis, and we're going to pull off a nice 4-0 win in a really, really quick game, really offensive game, and we are able to pull off a nice little sweep right here with our Magby. So that brings us up to 2-0. We won this game 4-0. Unfortunately, Aber didn't touch the field despite having a great matchup, so Aber actually doesn't have a kill within the first 2 weeks, but Magby's 6-1 after this week, which is great. Actually tied for the lead in kills, so shouts to that one. Definitely a steal in tier 2 in my opinion. The more I use it, the more I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, great win for us. If you guys did enjoy the video, like I said earlier, be sure to subscribe so you can catch our games as they go up each week. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys later.